Hi guys, it's Licorice and Blaber here, and today we're going to be complimenting our teammates in support of positivity and mental health. Alright, well let's start with Licorice then, if you want to...
Oh yeah.
Do you like my hair?
Okay.
I've got nice eyes. Good teeth.
I
Teeth, not
think
your teeth.
for me, I think mental health is important because I think having a good or strong mental health really allows you to perform better as a player.
Yeah, I mean, mental health is just the other side of the coin of like physical health, where like if you're not physically fit or you've like wrist problems or whatever, which is something I've dealt with, and like you're gonna struggle to play. And it's really the same thing with mental health. Like if you're having problems with like something with your family, or you have some kind of condition, or just like really anything that's affecting you, like it's gonna affect your gameplay just as much as like the physical stuff would.
I guess for Licorice, it's been always really easy for me to work with him. I always feel like he has really important things to say, just in review or during the game, and it's always been really easy for me to work with him, play around what he wants, stuff like that. So I've always really liked working with him.
That's very sweet. I'm
Thank you.
very touched and moved. I mean, working with Blaber is really nice because he's just so he's so lighthearted all the time, where like he basically wants to just like laugh and joke about everything. So like sometimes he runs it down, and with someone else it could be like really difficult to deal with, but with him, like, you know, he's always trying his hardest, and like he knows when he messes up, and it's like not hard to talk about it because he's like laughing and like we can still like have a good time. So like I've never had any problems working with him.
Wow, thanks, Eric.
Yeah.
I really appreciate how much I ate. For Niski, he's a really outgoing person, and it's always nice to have someone like that on your team where they always want to hang out, they always want to like watch stuff with you, or like just like talk to you in general.
Yeah, I mean, working with Niski has been really easy, I think. Like when he joined the team, I think he worked pretty hard actually to get to know everyone really well and to be able to like joke around with all of us. I think Sven's best quality as a teammate is that he is very like self-assured with like how he wants to practice and how he like wants to interact with people, and just like how he is as a person. Like he's just very confident.
He's really easy to talk to, obviously, and he's generally a really nice guy. Like he intends it, but he can say some very mean things sometimes. But you know, he's joking about it, you know, like in a funny way.
I think what I appreciate most about Vulcan is that like even though he's kind of like normally a pretty quiet guy, like when he like feels a certain way about something, he's like not afraid to speak up, and like pretty much because of that, anytime he speaks up, it's like really important.
As a teammate, like he a lot of times has different opinions, and he's really willing to speak up about them and push for them, like that he really believes are right, and a lot of times he is correct. So I think he brings a lot of that to the team, where he has like a different perspective on things. I think Licorice is really great at playing weak side when he wants to.
Wow.
Sometimes he doesn't want to, and he struggles to survive. But when he really cares, he's really good at drawing pressure and knowing when it's his time to pressure.
You say such nice things, Blaber.
Thank you.
That's really amazing. Well, I don't know. Having Blaber as a teammate is always exciting because you never know what's gonna happen next when you're playing with him. But like seriously, Blaber always has like a really good idea of like what he wants to do, and sometimes like when someone stops him from doing it, that's where the bad things happen. But like playing with someone who always knows what they want to do always just makes it really easy. So that's why it's like nice to play with Blaber.
I guess for me, working with Niski as a player is extremely easy. Niski's someone that doesn't have a problem giving me more resources, or using his resources instead of pressuring his own lane to move with me and help me get an advantage, or the rest of the team.
Yeah, Niski's a really great teammate inside the game because he's always willing, or I mean, not always, but like almost every time he's willing to sacrifice for his teammates, and he really doesn't care as much about his lane than like pretty much any other player I've like ever played with. So it just like makes it really easy to play with him.
Working with Sven is really nice because I feel like as a player, Sven is extremely reliable.
Yeah, I mean, having Sven as a teammate, like in the game, he's just like he's really good. Usually he's gonna win his lane like almost every time, and then also like if you put resources into him, he can carry. If you don't give him resources, he might win lane anyways, even though he's like on weak side. So like he's just super consistent, really reliable, and it's really great to play with him.
I think one of Vulcan's biggest strengths is knowing what plays to go for. I think I go for a lot of plays by myself, and I don't always think too much about the plays, but he's always giving me his conditions, or like usually as jungle support we make plays together, right? So he calls off a lot of my plays, and then he calls for rotations or plays with me that are extremely good.
Yeah. For me, I think Vulcan's biggest strength as a player, it's kind of what Blaber said, but it's just that he really likes to play the game in like a really like ideal way, where like he only goes for plays that he knows are good, and like he's really good at figuring out what those are in the game, and like when he should be playing up and when he should be playing safe, or like what should be going on the map. So it's really easy to just play around him as well.
I guess for Licorice, I think outside of being a good teammate and outside of the game, I think he like has really good ways to relax, I guess, like either reading a book or rock climbing before.
I think the thing that I've noticed the most about Blaber recently is that he has been like taking more time for himself instead of like spending all his time with his team. He will like go take breaks and like go to his room, or like I don't know what he does up there, like on his computer, like reading a book, or like just like whatever. And I think that is like really good for like people to just have their own time to themselves, and that's something that I've noticed him taking more. So like that's good. Niski is really good at playing face decks in Hearthstone. like anything that requires like just hitting the face and like not a ton of strategy, you know, Niski's really good at that. So I just want to give him props for that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Niski's he's okay at bowling. He's better than me. So I'm gonna say Niski's a pretty good bowler in comparison to me. Sven is good at Hearthstone. I'd say he's the best one out of all of us.
I mean, for me, I think I'd just say that Sven seems to have good taste in TV shows. Like a lot of the time when he's at his desk, like in queue or just like when he's not queuing up, he'll be watching shows. And the most recent one was Suits, which is a really good show. So he's got good taste. I mean, I would just say that Vulcan has good taste in books. We actually, we like tried to series swap, but he didn't have all the books. But we both like Brandon Sanderson and like a lot of similar like fantasy books. So that's something that we have in common, and I think he likes them as well. So that's good.
Yeah, I mean, Vulcan is surprisingly, or not surprisingly, I guess, but I think like other games besides League that I've played with him, he's generally pretty good at them. Like any FPS games, Valorant, CS:GO. I think we played Jump King, and he beat that pretty easily when we were in Korea. So he's always been pretty good at other games, I'd say. Thanks guys for watching this video presented by Kaiser Permanente, and remember to stay positive.